Hi, it's Vicky from Mind Body Food. I'm in my kitchen about to have my lunch, and I wanted to share this with you because while I was putting the food into the bowl, I realized that what I'm about to eat is something that in my eating disordered days, in my disordered eating days, when I was still trying to figure it all out, I used to be really afraid of this particular food. What is that food, you ask? Take a look. This is pasta. Now, this is pasta with organic spaghetti and grass-fed beef. My preference to choose those ingredients. And my husband made this dinner for us last night. Now, several years ago, I remember I was living and working out at Uluru, Ayers Rock in Northern Territory, Australia. And I spent 2 years there in my early 20s. And man, they were 2 years of growth and challenge and insight and my head in a toilet bowl most of the time. But it also was the place where I embarked upon healing of some sort and began my recovery. And this pasta was such a trigger food for me. And I think in retrospect, I was so alone and empty in feeling loved and like I belonged. I grew up feeling like I didn't belong. I grew up not hearing the words I love you or feeling loved in the way that I needed to. So my little mind didn't process gestures that could have could have given me some sort of sense of belonging and being loved. And I really internalized it as there's something wrong with me, that I didn't have enough to value to offer, that I wasn't good enough. And I kept comparing myself to other people and what they had and what I didn't. So I focused on my lack. I focused on what I didn't have. And I took that out on myself and my body by controlling the one thing that I thought I could control. After I had joined my parents on a diet, I had started losing weight. People had started commenting on my weight and that I was starting to look good. Keep going, Vicky. Keep up the good work. So I listened to all this stuff people were saying to me in well-meaning intentions, but I used it to fuel my comparisonitis and to also fuel my eating disorder. How I started is for another video, but when I was living out at Ayers Rock and I was confronting all of these beliefs about myself and these empty feelings that I was trying to fill up, pasta is such a heavy, filling food that it is psychologically a temporary fix for feelings of emptiness and loneliness, and needing to belong. And I just couldn't get enough of it, which scared me because I thought if I start eating lasagna or pasta, I won't stop because it tastes so good, and when it goes into my belly, it feels so good to feel like I'm satiated. And it was really just a mask for the underlying psychological emotions and feelings and needs that I had as a human being. And I was using food to satiate that need, but not realizing it. So I just didn't trust myself around food. I couldn't trust myself to eat a little bit and only stop there because I was restricting and depriving myself in other areas of my life and not giving my mind and body the nutrition that it needed on a consistent basis. My body had given up on me and it had abandoned any faith or trust in me that I would consistently feed it what it needed when it needed it. And pasta and lasagna became my enemy. It was a love-hate relationship that just took me down the toilet bowl so many times and really was a relationship of fear. I thought I needed it, I wanted it, but I didn't feel worthy or deserving of it. And that translated into how I felt as a human being in the needs of certain emotions that I was looking for to confirm that I was good enough as I was. So a little insight into some of the underlying emotional triggers and drivers of our relationship to food and body. And with that being said, I can now proudly say to you that you all know, if you've been following me for quite some time, that I'm fully recovered from my bulimia nervosa that I had for 18 years. Yes, 18 years. And eating a bowl of pasta is no longer an issue for me. I don't eat it regularly, no. So if I feel like it, if I want it, if it's there and it's my lunch or my dinner or leftovers or whatever, and I'm hungry, then I'm going to eat it, and I'm going to eat it without any other emotional need to be craved or to be satiated. I'm just simply going to eat it to nourish my body and fulfill my hunger. There is no other underlying emotional need that needs to be fulfilled. It's simply eating for my natural hunger, and that feels so good. If you struggle with disordered eating or an eating disorder, and you need some help and guidance in figuring out what it is that you're truly, really hungry for, then please get in touch. Come and follow on the Facebook page, Mind Body Food. Visit my website, mindbodyfood.net, or get in touch with me via the contact methods below. And I would love to work with you to help you find food freedom so that you can be happy, love yourself, and taste freedom. It tastes so sweet without the sugar. Take care, everyone.